Okay. Okay. After I did no performance yesterday on Toy Blast, I'm gonna continue again on level 180, which was hard with all the bowling pins in the middle of the screen and the colourful bricks as well. And I only managed to complete one level, unfortunately, and so I hope to rectify that this time by completing the level. Yes. Um, After all, I did make a good video playing Half-Life 1 earlier, in which I managed to defeat the big scary water monster close to the Black Mesa Dam. And even though the video size was still big, I've got an idea as to how I might fix that. So yeah, I'm happier all round generally, and so I'm thinking that without that hanging over my shoulders this time, I'll do much better in this video now, hopefully. Well, it definitely is a hard level, isn't it, though? I probably just need to put more thought into it without playing in such a hasty manner, if you know what I mean. Is that music we can hear outside, like from a car stereo or something? If so, it's quite ridiculous hearing that, given that it's 20 to 7 in the morning and still dark outside and all. But I digress, Sonny Jim. Still not quite sure on my tactics and all for this level. Yeah, even though I did so well there, it seems like I won't do it after all. Got rid of all the bowling pins, and yet there was just the matter of the colourful bricks in the middle that I didn't manage to get rid of. Such a shame, isn't it? So how's everyone's day been, I wonder? I think I hardly felt in fact, I don't think I felt my ankles at all when I walked before, so could be going out again soon. And yeah, I tried walking fast inside, and I could only just barely feel my blisters on my feet. They still look they're kind of big, but not very big, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, when you think it's been close to 2 weeks now that that my blisters have been kind of insane, really, isn't it? I'm thinking that maybe if I don't do this level at all, and in this video, and that means that I don't end up doing a video at all, then I might just play Half-Life 1 again and do a video that way. But there's time yet for me to succeed, isn't there? Oh, didn't think that would happen though. Yeah, I'll take the risk. Yeah, I've done it. Will I get 3 stars though? That's the question. Yes, I did, because I only... This is a silent word, guys. Okay, yeah, because last time I only had 2 stars on that level. So now we're on to the next map section. Okay, so now on to this next cute map section with cats everywhere. Like it's a nice cozy living room or something, and yet the carpet looks green like grass maybe. Aren't these cactus plants cute here as well? And the grandfather clock making it feel nice and homely with the sofas and all. Strange how the pathway looks like garden tiles. Cute and how the kittens are playing with balls of wool as well, isn't it? And coming out of boxes like maybe they're presents for people and all. And cups of tea and biscuits here. I'll be anxious about fleas getting in with so many cats around, even though I like them, I think they're cute and all, but these days anti-flea treatments are good, aren't they, for cats and animals? So guess I'm just showing my old-fashioned way of thinking by being afraid of the possibility of fleas and all. I mean, it's not their fault, is it? Oh, okay. Well, 181 now, which is second on. And what we have to do here, if I remember correctly, is maybe, can't really remember. Although I can't make any moves with the boxes, so I'm thinking what I need to do is match the 2 presents together when they're closed, and then match the 2 cats together to get one of them there and get closer to our objective. Yes, and don't they do a cute meowing sound when you actually manage to get a cat over there counting towards the objective? I always thought that when I was first playing these levels, in fact. So you just the cat did it, yes. Anyway, seems pretty simple thus far, doesn't it? But will it remain that way is the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? Oh, and the good thing is that power-ups work in helping you to tackle the objective with the cats as well. So there's a relief as well. So that was very good, wasn't it? And once again I pass with flying colours. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, these the kittens only don't appear in many levels after these designated cat levels. I don't think so. Kind of sad, really, isn't it? I'm wondering if people found them confusing or something, and so that's why they didn't appear as much. That's a bit much. I just wasted 4 of them in order to just get one of the cats, isn't it, to appear out of the boxes. Suppose these things can't always be helped, though, can they? But then again, I suppose there are certain strategies which we can put into action here in order to help us expedite the process, so to speak. Such as getting a lot of cats clustered together and then using power-ups to help us with our objective. After all, we don't have very many moves on this level, do we? And that could potentially be a problem. But alas, things seem to be going okay. I had a feeling that I wouldn't reach all of those kittens in the bottom corner just then. But no matter, because we've done it anyway. Yes. Okay. Still second, but that wasn't too bad of a result, though. Even though I only got 2 stars. Yeah, and even though I might be going out again soon, I do feel nervous a bit about the possibility, about the idea of going along that rather secluded passageway to get to the nearby shopping centre, but I suppose as I get fitter, I might be able to get through it faster than the previous times anyway, and then it won't be so bad being able to run through it and get through it fast and all. You can tell that I've watched too much crime watch in my time to be scared of secluded passageways, can't you? Especially at daytime, although the fact that there was no houses nearby and no houses nearby and only fields and a train track. Next to me was a bit kind of sort of eerie and scary feeling. Suppose it's just because I've got no guts for staying in the house so much, really. Not to mention scary, eerie stories about rumours and whatnot that I've read about secluded places in America. But then again, we don't hear about things like that happening in secluded places here in England a lot. So I digress. I think that was over 183 that I did, wasn't it? So on to 184 now. And we're still doing good for time with 15 minutes as well. So yeah, I'm happy about that as well. So in this level we've got to get rid of bubbles as well as finding cats as well as cats from the Christmas, from the gift boxes. I'd say now's a good time, maybe. I'll just get these two together. That way I'll be able to use them possibly right afterwards. Unless there's something, a better move presents itself like this. Yeah, things are going quite swimmingly now, aren't they? Wondering where I'll be first at the end of this one. I always feel satisfied getting more of the objective than I need to when my score's being amassed at the end of levels, at the end of levels as well. At the end of levels. So 185 now. It seems like we've got to get rid of bubbles and cats on this level as well. Getting rid of cats sounds rather harsh though, really, doesn't it? That's why I said collecting cats when I was doing the previous level just then. Yes, matching the presents together individually to get cats is rather inefficient, I find, when you can get them all at once, like I'm doing with the very powerful power-ups. Like to get two power-ups mixed together like that, for instance. Yes, another big victory for me. That was a lot of meowing, wasn't it? Okay. That was 185. 186 now. And I'm first on this one. So now we only need to focus on completing this one. Sadly, there's no cats or kittens, and we need to focus on getting rid of the Easter eggs whilst stopping the ice blocks, or the ice boxes, whatever you want to call them, from spreading everywhere and taking over the screen. That's a rather daunting prospect, isn't it, as well? But it's handy to get rid of these top ones to make sure they don't spread along the top of the screen and block the box and block more boxes from falling onto the screen, which would essentially make the level impossible to win in the end, wouldn't it? Okay, so it's good how those ice boxes can't spread because they're trapped in the corners by Easter eggs, and they can't spread diagonally, isn't it? Another win for me. Although these levels do seem a bit easier compared to the last ones that I did in my last videos. Or maybe these levels are just more friendly towards my playing style, maybe, of creating mass power-ups and accumulating loads of points and whatnot, thanks to having a lot of moves and such. Although I've only got 25 moves here, so I had to go and jinx myself by saying that, didn't I? And once again, boxes at the top of the screen threaten to hamper our success, since boxes can't fall on the bricks or things at the top of the screen in this game. I know, I'm not very clear with what I'm getting at, but I think you can get the general gist of what I'm trying to say, folks. Okay, only one more toy to go. Oh, now I see. And there we go. We managed to get rid of every brick as well with the finishing accumulation of points. And that was level 187. So now on to 188. More toys to get to the bottom of the screen, I see. But alas, we have randomly changing colours on our hands here, and that always poses something of a complication, doesn't it, Sonny Jim? But notice how I was able to wait just then for the colours to change in my favour so that I could get the propeller power off next to the Rubik's Cube. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together after all? That's what she said, I suppose. Oh, well, there's a lot more toys yet. I was thinking I'd almost done the level already. But alas, there's still 4 more to go. Yes, that's what I get for not looking, for not paying close enough attention. To the matters at hand, so to speak. I can hear my computer fan, my laptop fan quite clearly over my headphones again, and that's always a bad sign. Well, that's never a good sign, I think, because I always imagine it blowing up in my face and making me look more handsome. Just what I needed. Yes, you can tell I'm in a better mood today with how I'm playing better, can't you? And we've been going for 26 minutes, but this has been very productive, if I say so myself. 189 now. Yes, and this has been a big return to form, hasn't it, this video? Just adjusting my blanket, the position of my legs, because sometimes I get a tad restless with my lazy lifestyle and all. Lots of bricks and not many ways to potentially move, is there? But no matter, I've faced worse situations in this game and come out smiling. Those side bricks are kind of hard to get rid of, aren't they? And I do have to get rid of them as well, according to the gold. How cute. Now we're finally starting to get rid of the bricks down at the sides. Yeah. And the rest now. Like so. I think some levels limit the amount of the amount of present boxes that will come on screen as well, in order to make it even harder, so to speak. So I guess I need to be prepared for that as well, don't I? Alright, only one more left now. And 4 moves to get it with. Seems pretty daunting, doesn't it? And I don't think I'll do it, unfortunately. No. I was very close, though. Okay, 189 again. It was those side bricks that slowed me down so much. Not having a way to clear them, wasn't it? But anyway, we've already got a cat now, so there's a relief. And already got rid of some of those side bricks as well. And as you might have noticed, quite a few of these bricks have the little black locks on them, which seems to have a toughening effect on them. Well, we seem to be nearly done on the cat front, at least. Oh, wasn't there a thing of beauty? Managing to get several of them with that very cleverly placed propeller. Now just a matter of the bricks and only 13 moves to do it in. That probably wasn't really a good place to put the TNT box, was it? But well, we don't do it after all, and I don't think we will. Very close though, again, once more. Look, that's 31 minutes that we're done now, so I think I'll just play either until I've done the next 2 levels or until I run out of lives. And now we seem to be getting rid of the bricks fast. And it's cute how the cats stick their eyes out of the openings in the boxes as well, isn't it? Yeah. Knowing my luck with my success in terms of getting rid of the side bricks, I'll now have trouble with the vertical bricks, maybe. I mean, we still need to get 4 cats, don't we? Although that's 2 of them now. Oh no, that seems to be all the cats. But it's typical of my chances of getting that top brick just then to be dashed so quickly, isn't it? Yeah, another fail it seems. Let's try again now. Yeah, it seems like all of the bricks can be potentially hard to get rid of, doesn't it? But no matter, I'm not so easily daunted. Not anymore, at least. That was nice, wasn't it? Weakening all of those side bricks with just that one fell swoop, then video's getting a bit long though, isn't it? But you can't put a price on greatness, I suppose you could say. Well, if there ends up being a mistake not getting rid of that brick when I had the opportunity to do so. Well, there's one cat at least. Bit of a desperation move there, but what can you do? Looks like another fail though, doesn't it? Only one cat needed as well. That's pretty hard though, isn't it? Okay, seems like we've got yet another life. I'm 36 minutes into the video, so no need to freak out just yet at the length of it, I suppose. Doesn't help when my OCD slowing me down though, does it really? Notice how I'm getting these presents all on a line with each other in order to get a lot of cats out of them. I'm hoping the file size won't be too big here, but compared to some of the recent file sizes I've had with Half-Life, yes, it'll be pretty negligible, I think, overall. Typical of me to start having trouble getting power-ups together now, isn't it? Now that I've got all of the cats neatly lined up and all just ready for me to hit them with a power-up and all, with a combination of power-ups, making me panic a bit. I didn't know you could get rid of blocks just by matching cats next to them either. That's good to know. Alas, it's looking like another fail, isn't it? I know, because I had such problems getting power-ups together. Yeah, if only those two cats were next to each other rather than that present box. But oh well. Close once more, so I'll probably do it next time. So, without further ado, goodbye everyone.